welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Hazel. This is the Faithful You podcast. Thank you for joining me today, and thank you to all my new subscribers and all the likes that I've been getting on my videos. Really do appreciate your support, and I thank you for tuning in. Today it is absolutely roasting. We are in the middle of a heat wave here in Wales, and yesterday on my yard the temperature got up to 38 degrees, which was absolutely awful. It was horrible, it was uncomfortable, it was suffocating. The heat was actually quite suffocating. Today they say it's going to get even hotter, so if yesterday was bad, I'm not looking forward to this afternoon. So yeah, I looked on the thermometer before in my yard and it was 33 degrees, and that was at 12 o'clock lunchtime. So yeah, who knows what it'll get up to this afternoon. It's just completely crazy. Excuse the noise in the background, there's an aeroplane around, so as soon as I switch on the camera, which is quite typical. I haven't been doing much crafting because the weather's been so hot, and this is the best place I can find that isn't absolutely roasting, that isn't in the sun, and you'll just have to excuse the lighting today on the camera because this is the best I can do. Yeah, today I do have a few things to show you. I've got my Birkin sweater to show you. I've nearly finished the colour work, that's by Caitlin Hunter. I've got a new cast on to show you. I've got my felt rug to show you as well, which I'm going to insert some footage because I've filmed that separately, and I've also got some crochet that I found that I thought would be interesting to show you, to see what I'm going to be doing with that as well. So yeah, I've got a few things to show you today. I don't think it's going to be a long episode. I just haven't been able to go out and do a lot of filming because of the weather, and also I've had a week off with my husband as well, so we've been out travelling, we've been out swimming in the sea and eating fish and chips, watching dolphins swimming in the bay here in Wales, and yeah, just generally having a bit of a break. So that's been lovely because the weather's been absolutely gorgeous. It's just been the last few days that it's got really uncomfortably hot, so we made the most of the good weather while we had it, so that was nice. We visited a couple of places that we've not been to before in Wales where we live, about an hour away from our home. So yeah, that was really nice. It was nice to explore some new places. So I hope you're enjoying the sun wherever you are. I hope it's not too hot for you, and that you've got something to work on and something to drink. So let's get on with the episode and I'll show you what I've been working on. Right, okay, so first things first is my Birkin sweater, which I've been working on, and I'm really pleased with the progress that I have made with it. I'm still not sure about the colours, but I have had some comments and some feedback about the colours that I have chosen, and generally people seem quite positive that it's going to look nice when it's finished. So yeah, I'm going to carry on with it. This is the colouring that I've got so far, if I can unravel it. This is the top here, that's the back, that's the front, and this is the colour work that I've done so far. So I'm over halfway point is this dark colour here, so I'm just doing this colour here, down here, and then I've got this green to do again once that's done, and then I'll divide it for the sleeves and divide it for the body. So yeah, I'm really enjoying knitting it. It's a really easy pattern to follow, but it's knitting with 3 colours at the same time, and I've not done that before. It also requires bobbles, which, because I don't do bobbles very well, I have decided not to do bobbles, and I'm either going to sew beads on at the end once I've finished, or I have actually just done a different colour. I have actually just done a contrast colour here and here and here, because I didn't want to do the bobbles and have it look untidy, because I did that on my magnolia sweater and I wasn't pleased with how the bobbles had turned out, so I didn't want to do that and spoil this beautiful pattern. So yeah, so that's it so far. I'm sorry if you can't see the colours very well, but it is the best I can do at the moment. These are the colours that I'm using. I'm using this lovely oatmeal colour, and then I've got this kind of marled pink colour, and I'm using this purple colour, It's like a lilac, a really bright lilac. And then I'm also using this green and this heathered pink. So once they're all together, it's a nice combination. So yeah, I reckon another night or two and I will be down to the body and the sleeves, so that's really good. I think I need to change the size of my needle, because my cable, because my stitches are getting a bit tight on the needle and I don't want to snap the needles. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. Just hope I've got enough wool. I may have to make it into a crop sweater if I don't have enough wool. But yeah, that's the colours so far. So I'm really pleased with it. It's really nice, and I'm hoping to get it done in time for the autumn so I can wear it when I go on my walks in the autumn. So that's that. What I've got in here. Then the next thing I've got is a new cast on. I haven't been working on a lot of knitting because the weather's been so warm and I don't like the feel of the wool. So this is a kit that I got from a lady on Etsy. I follow her on Facebook, excuse the rustling. But you get the wool, you get the pattern, the shade card. Excuse me a minute. You get a shade card with the threads on that shows you where they go, and it's by a lady from Spindrift Crafts in the Isle of Shetland, if you can see that, and she naturally dyes the yarns for the kits, and then makes up patterns for them. And this is called a Peary pouch, and she gives you the chart, the colour chart, pattern, and full instructions as well, and that's what the pouch is supposed to look like. So yeah, I only just started. That's all I've done so far, so I've not done a lot. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing that because I bought that a couple of years ago during lockdown. So yeah, I'm really enjoying doing that. So that's that. Excuse the noise of the tractor in the background. I thought it was my husband coming back. So yeah, I've not done an awful lot on it. I've done a couple of the colours, but I think I've got the colours the wrong way round. But not much to see on that at the moment. I've done about 3 rows. So, and she gives you a nice little thank you letter in with it as well. So you can get them on Etsy, and you can also get them on spindrift.com, but I'll put a link for it in the description box at the bottom. So yeah, I'm really enjoying doing that. I'm just part way. I think I've done 4 rows, and then she gives you the charts for all the colours, but I won't linger on that too much because of copyright. I don't want her to lose out. And she also gives you a little description about what she's used, and in this one she's used the willow tree, and from what I can gather she's used all of the willow. She's used the leaves, the twigs, the bark and the catkins, and they can all be used to give a variety of shades when dyeing wool. All give different shades that can be further treated to produce a wider range of colours. And then she gives you a brief description of it here. So that's a really nice kit if you want to gift for somebody, or birthday present. It's a really nice gift. So I bought that with some birthday money, I think, that I got during lockdown. So yeah, I finally got round to casting it on. So I'll show you the work in progress as I go. So just put that away. On this little card here, she shows you the colours, and then she tells you what she's done with it. For this one, it's got the leaves with alum mordants, the bark with no mordants, the bark with no mordants, and then an alkaline bath, and then the leaves with alum mordants and an alkaline bath. So yeah, so that's really nice. So you get the card as well, and then it comes in a nice little bag. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that finished, and then I can have that in my bedroom. And that's it for knitting. As I say, I haven't done a lot because the weather's just been far too hot, and it's absolutely boiling here at the moment. So probably coffee's not the best drink to drink today. Excuse me if I'm waffling, but my husband's just popped out and I thought that I'd take the opportunity to do the video while he was out. Right, okay, so we're out in the garden. My husband came back, so I had to move. I've managed to find the coldest place that I can find in the garden, under the shade of my tree. So I'll just turn you around and show you the tree that I'm sat in front. Sat under this beautiful tree, which I think is a gardenia tree, but this is the one that most people tend to call a magnolia stellata, but I don't think it is. Unfortunately the flowers have been dropping off because of the heat, but I don't know whether you can see out there, but the sun is out and I'm sat in the shade. So yeah, I don't know whether you can tell, but it is extremely hot here. I don't know what it's like where you are, but just as I was moving I went and checked the thermometer and it said 36 degrees on the yard, so it's gone up about 4 degrees since I started filming. So yeah, but yeah, we'll get back to what I was talking about. I've been doing some spinning. This is an art yarn that I've been working on, and I'm coarse spinning it onto mohair. And this is wool that I've dyed myself. The green I had in stash, it was a roving that I bought at Wonderwool a few years ago. But the colours themselves are wool that I've dyed myself. And it's a mix of Romney and Welsh Mountain. So yeah, those colours are really, really pretty. There's orange in there, there's pink, there's purple, there's blue, there's aqua. So yeah, it's a really nice mix. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking out bits out of the bag, and then I'm spinning it and intermingling it with the green, and I'm hoping to have a yarn that looks a bit like garden colours. Sorry, the colours aren't very accurate. And then I'm going to ply it into coils, and then I'm going to weave with it. I don't know what I'm going to weave with it yet, but I have a triangle loom that I want to try out that I made myself, so I'm hoping to be able to use it on that. So yeah, so that's that one. So that's really nice colours. And I've also been working on some black Welsh as well, which has come out nice and thin. You can't really see the colour on the bobbin because of the light, but this was washed by somebody I know, and I paid her to wash it for me, and then I pick it up and then I spin it or do whatever I'm going to do with it. So that was really handy to be able to find her. And when I lived in my other house, it was that tiny, the house, that it was impossible for me to wash and dry fleece. So it worked out really well. So I went through my stash the other week and I found it, and it's got some lovely colours in it. It's got some different colours. I don't know whether you can see that. It's got some browns and it's got some white and some grey, and yeah, there's some clumps of different colours as well. So I'm dividing it up into colours, and I'm going to spin each colour, and this is what I'm going to use to do my natural Birkin sweater. Because a whole fleece is roughly about 2 kilos of the fleece that I've got, so it'll do really, really well. So yeah, so that's that one. So that's my spinning projects for you. I think that's it for things that I've been making that I have been working on recently. I've been having a route through my stash and a route through all my wool and things, and I came across some crochet squares that I'd been working on a few years ago when I was on holiday in the Isle of Skye. I think it was probably 2016 on our trip up there then, and I had the idea of making the blanket, excuse the rustling, but I came across all of these squares. I've got this pile here, and I've got this pile here. I found these as well, which were really pretty. I've got 3 of those, and I've got this one here. And this is all that I've done, basically. It's just knit a loop, and then I think I've just done double crochets into it to make a flower, and then done white around the outside. I've done pink as well with an orange centre, and I've done a light pink with an orange centre. So I think I've got 18 of the pink, and I think I've got about 2, 3, 6, 7, I've got 11 of that pink, and I've got 1 of that one, and I still have these colours. So I thought that that was something that I would work on while the weather's so hot. And what I was thinking was putting green around the outside of each one, and then when I join them together they'll have green on each one to sew them together, and then hopefully it'll look a little bit like a flower in the garden. That's my plan anyway. So yeah, there are other squares in here. I don't know what I was thinking, but there's all sorts of random bits in the bag. There's these, and there's these that are just garter stitch. Got 2 of those, which could probably make some nice dishcloths. Got another one of those. I've got a green one, and I've got some odd random bits. I think my mum might have given me some, I'm not sure. I think that might have been an animal I was going to work on at some point. But I've got some more of these flowers as well. Oh, I've got a pink one here as well. The lilac. Oh, and I've got this pink one as well. It's nice cerise pink. So yeah, I thought that with the ones that I've got the bulk of, with these ones, that I would work on it with some green around the edge, make an even amount of them, and turn them into a blanket for the bedroom. Because I think it'd be really nice to use it. Excuse me, there's some fledglings around and a butterfly. Can you hear the fledglings in the background? Yeah, I don't know what they were. I can't see them, but I can hear them. They sound really sweet. What a day to come out the nest on the hottest day in history. They're in the tree. Oh, they're here. They look like tree creepers. Yeah, they look like tree creepers. So yeah, that's that crochet project I thought that I'd have a go of. And then the last thing I've got is a book. I was looking through for vintage things to make, because I quite fancy having a go doing some vintage crafts, and I found this. I don't know how long it's been in my collection for, but it's called Bazaar Time, and it's by Patons, and it says it's got over 40 ideas for gifts and novelties, and as you can see it's got quite an array of items that are in this book, and there's some more on the back. There's some blankets, some doll's clothes, there's some rather trendy looking socks there. There's a hot water bottle cover down the bottom there. There's a tortoise as well. And then on the other side we've got some really trendy toilet roll covers, which were from the 70s. There's a rag doll, a tea cosy. It's also a really traditional tea cosy, just there. So I thought that I would have a go and pick a couple of things out. It's got a little house as well, which you could use as doorstop, an owl. So quite a good selection of things in there in the book. So I'd highly recommend it if you can find it in a charity shop. But I want to have a go of doing the pot holders that are here at the bottom. I'm rather into making dishcloths at the moment with scrap bits of yarn and using them in the kitchen, because I find that the acrylic wool is really good for soaking up water and cleaning the worktops, because it's quite coarse. Over time, the more they get washed, the more coarse they are. They're actually good for washing the worktops over. So I've been getting into knitting those and crocheting them. So these are the tea cozies. I rather like this fetching one here. Got little flowers on it. And this is the traditional one that a lot of old ladies would have in their houses now, that they probably knit when they were younger. What else have we got? A nice array of toys. There's the lovely fetching toilet roll holder with a little doll on the top. Now, when I used to work in the fabric shop, I remember the little old ladies coming in and buying the dolls for the toilet roll holders 20 years ago. So it's rather interesting to find this book and just think that those little old ladies that were coming in 20 years ago were actually making these little toilet roll holders. So yeah, there's quite a few different things in there. There's some rather novelty doorstops, which I thought I might have a go of. But the other one I particularly like is this little house tea cosy. I think that's rather sweet, this one here. And I thought that would make a lovely gift for somebody. I have somebody in mind who quite likes my handmade stuff, this one here. So I thought I might have a go of making that for her for Christmas. I'm not going to say who she is, because I think she watches my podcast. So yeah, I do have somebody particular in mind for Christmas, this next Christmas. So yeah, I think it's rather sweet, this one. I think it's rather sweet with the little windows. And it reminds me of Croft House up in Scotland, or a Welsh longhouse. So yeah, so that's going to be my next project. I think I might cast that on, have a look for some wool and cast that on. So I think that's all the making I've got for you today. What I do have is some video footage of the rug that I made from the fleece I showed in my last podcast. I did put it in the washing machine in the end, and it did turn out really well. So I thought I'd do some video footage for you and put that in at the end. And you can see how it turned out. It turned out absolutely beautiful, so I was really pleased with it, and I would like to do that again if I can get my hands on some felted fleece again at some point in the future. So yeah, so I think that's it for today. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm getting rather hot now, so I think I need to go in and get a drink of water, and I will see you next time. I hope you all managed to keep cool in this warm sunshine. Don't overheat, don't get too hot. And if you are not hot and you can get on with some crafting, I hope you enjoy whatever it is you're working on. So if you do like my videos, please do like and subscribe, and please do like my video to give it a thumbs up, and I will keep making more content for you, and I will see you next time. So thanks very much again for joining me, and bye for now. Bye. Right, so this is the finished rug. I'm very happy with it, very happy indeed. As you can see, the locks have stayed nice and loose. I don't have to do anything to them at all. I don't have to separate them. It's got a decent amount of crimp still in it, and if I turn it over, you can see how rigid it is. It's turned out really well. I'm very pleased with it. Turn it over. That's the other side. and it's gone extremely firm, like a sheep's skin. So yeah, I'm very, very pleased with that. Very pleased. I can't actually show you how thick it's gone, but yeah, it's got a nice bit of structure to it now. I love these locks here. I'm just going to leave it to wear off in the sun and pop it in the house. So I'm loving these curls, they're absolutely beautiful. And the difference in the colour here to the colour there. So yeah, I'm very pleased with it. Very pleased indeed. And the holes that I've done, sewn up, have done really well. So I'm going to leave it here in the sun, leave it to wear off, and get myself back in the shade. So yeah, that was really, really successful. So I'm going back to my weaving, and I'll be back in the shed soon. So bye for now.